So what can you expect on the Awake and Brave channel over the next few months at least? Well, it seems that many of you like listening to the singing lessons. You find those very interesting. The therapy sessions, of course. And then I'm going to do one more thing. On the 1st of April, I'm going to be starting a new diet. And so I'll speak about that diet in a minute. But first off the bat, the therapy sessions. I've got my next one tomorrow, and to begin with, I've got 20 hours. Now, what I've requested is that I have 1.5 hours every 2 weeks, rather than 1 hour every week. Primarily because I have to cycle there 4 or 5 miles, and it's through the city, and it's a horrible cycle. And I don't want to burden myself with that each week. You know, it kind of like it takes me out of the kingdom of God, man. When I've got to cycle with all that shit, buses and lorries going by, oh my goodness, can't stand it. I asked for 2 hours, but she said, well, let's see how 1.5 hours go first. So okay, 1.5 hours. And for those of you that have seen the first one with this therapist that I've got, psychologist, then you've got some sort of idea what we're going to be doing. So looking forward to all that, see what manifests from that. I'm open, and I'm very eager to learn something new, and I think there's quite a bit of potential to discover something new. But it'll be interesting to see if I actually do learn something new. And but as I say, I'm open-minded about that. The other thing is the singing lessons, and this particular company that I'm with. It's one of these companies which it's like a directory, you know. Everywhere's a directory these days. You see, there's no point in one person advertising a few lines here and there. It makes sense for them to be collectivized onto channels, and whenever anybody then is requesting a singing tutor for a particular variety of genre, whether they want to go and see them or whether they want to do it online, then you put your details in, what you're looking for, and then they, of course, they vet all of the singing tutors that they've got on their system, and then they will send the relevant ones your information to give them the option to see if they have availability, and then if they have, then they will contact you and offer you a 30-minute free discussion to see what you're looking for, and then talk about fees. Now, first off, on this company, I think the company's called Eximo. And I get emails from another company called Fresher. So it's a bit confusing who's who and what's what. Morning. These sessions that I'm taking, they're very reasonably priced. They're £27.50 for 45 minutes. And I was offered some lessons at £40 an hour from another woman from the same company. And so I guess the individuals choose their rate. But she later cancelled because she said she's been offered full-time employment with something or other. But then I am taking another singing lesson on the 16th of April with a Canadian guy called Spencer Welch. Now he's got his YouTube videos and he's had his own company for a long time. And I'm actually going to be doing a 30-minute session with him, which is, it's kind of weird. It's a bit like you guys coming to speak with me. If you've been watching someone's videos for a long time, and then it's kind of like, you're going to go and actually speak with them face to face. It just feels a little bit weird. So I appreciate that many of you don't want to do that for varying reasons. And for me to record these sessions, lots of people would be embarrassed about that, but I'm not embarrassed. I'm just gonna squawk and squeal and do whatever he asks me to do, and doubtless I'll be singing a song so he can see what's going on, and then he gives pointers and tips and tells you to do this, that and the other to better the song. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking forward to that. Now that session is £50 for half hour because he's very well established, and of course the more established you get, the less time you've got really, so the prices go up. So that's on the 16th, and then my next singing lesson with Ida is in a few days, and so we'll be running through some stuff. And so these things, they're kind of like, it's self-exploratory, you see. When we put ourselves to task and we go and see professionals and we ask them what their opinion is of us, then of course to be, I wouldn't say psychoanalyzed, because my therapist isn't a psychoanalyst, she's a psychologist. So she's got a certain program that she's skilled in, and she's going to be engaging with me with that program. She's not going to be analysing, delving into my childhood and all these different sorts of things. But all the same, it's an opportunity for me to learn something new, look for another perspective. Because when she said to me, "So what are you hoping to get out of these sessions?" and I said, "Professional opinion." I've listened to thousands of opinions from other people, lots of people are psychologists and psychiatrists, speaking broadly about things, but to actually sit down in front of someone, then you enter into a different realm. And this is the case with your singing also, because you bear all, and you are facing off with a human being who are honing in on your particular needs. So I've got some exciting stuff to look forward to. The next thing I'm doing is, I mentioned to you that I'm trimming down for the summer and not being that serious with it at this moment in time. And so it's time to get serious as we head towards the summer, because I'm very desirous to be standing semi-naked out in my churchyard with the sun blessing my body with a nice trim physique. So I'm going to be starting on the carnivore diet with eggs. So just meat and eggs. No carbohydrates of any description. And well, that's going to be interesting. To cut out all of the vegetables and the bread and the pasta and all those different sorts of things which adorn one's diet, just to be eating meat. So I'm going to be eating fillet steak, pork chops, lamb chops, chicken, tinned salmon, tuna, sardines and tinned mackerel, frozen mackerel, and sausage. So I'm going to be eating all of those because when you look into the calorific content of, say, like sausages, you'll discover that there's not that much difference between a sausage, and I'm talking a reasonably decent sized Cumberland sausage. There's not that much difference between one of those and a slice of white bread, or even brown bread. There's not much difference in the calorific content. It's 100 calories, 120 calories. It's sort of that sort of figure. And so I'm thinking, well, if people thinking, oh, don't eat sausage because they're very fattening, well, no more than anything else, to be fair, people. So I enjoy these spicy Cumberland sausages, and so I'll be having a sit-in where I'll be eating 6 or 8 of those. I'll be eating like 6 lamb chops, 3 good-sized pork chops, a whole chicken. Some of you guys have been privy to me eating a whole chicken. Nothing else, just the chicken. And 2 8-ounce fillet steaks, whole tins of tuna and salmon. And I'm pretty sure that I will get through. I could eat 2 tins of salmon or tuna straight off the bat, of an evening time, sitting in front of the computer. I have to eat before I go to bed, otherwise I just feel cold, and I have some very, very bizarre dreams. I enter into a very peculiar paradigm of consciousness, and what goes on in these dreams is so bizarre. And the thing is about it, hey, has he seen me? Here's my little mate, you see. You saw me, didn't you? I know you've got dirty paws today. You've got really dirty paws, so you can... Oh, look at that! Look at you, you're a mess. Right, I'm going to have to pet you another day, right? See you later. Holy Moses. Yeah. So yes, this diet. What am I going to be doing? Hitherto, I've just been, mostly doing this 18-hour fast, where I've not been eating till sort of like evening meal time, and then I'll eat right up until 12 o'clock. So, like I said, I've lost 2.5 kilos. But I'm desirous to lose, say, 4 more kilos, and then we should be starting to really get somewhere. So just to be eating the meat, I mean, look, fillet steak is amazing. So when you have a burnt offering, you eat one of these burnt offerings, then it's absolutely amazing. And I can readily see and appreciate why Yahweh was so partial to the smoke of the burnt offering, because he considered it most pleasing to him. The smoke of the burnt offering, most pleasing to Yahweh it was. I think he was very jealous that he couldn't actually eat the meat. So I'm going to be going shopping. I'm just going to be buying meat, just meat, and then from over the road I'll buy the eggs as and when I need them, and I suppose I'll be getting through 4 a day. I don't know, may even be more, I don't know, just see how hungry I get, see what happens. And the whole principle behind this eating just protein is that you don't have any carbohydrate to speak of, and so your body then feeds on the stored fats, the adipose, because it can't get it from anywhere else. And it may increase muscle mass. It's said that you could increase muscle mass. Well, if you're working out, if you're ever going to increase muscle mass, eating that enormous amount of protein. So that's probably what I'll do also, even though I'm not sure whether there's too much scope at my age for increasing muscle mass. It proves to be very, very difficult. But anyway, guys and girls, that's what's happening. So I'll catch you for all that stuff.